welcome to this edition of Salima Speaks. You know, of course, everybody has heard about the story about Bill Cosby, okay? The thing is this, you know, all these women are coming forth now, some 40 years later. Why didn't they come forth then when it happened? The thing is, a lot of these women back then thought this guy's going to be a star. If I sleep with him, I may be a star. Didn't happen. He slept with them, he sent them on their way, and he became a big star, okay? This is what happens in Hollywood, you know? But the thing is, most of the women are white women, and we're talking about the 60s and 70s, okay? Let's be for real. If he was screwing on white women back then, he'd have been lynched. All they had to do was say, Daddy, he did, but they didn't, so obviously he didn't. And the thing is, Janice Dickinson, her manager came forth and said that that's not the story she told him 20 years ago. Beverly Johnson, same manager. She even said that he drugged her and put her in a cab and sent her home. That doesn't sound like rape to me. My thing is, now the women are all old and looking all ugly, all face all squunched up and stuff, now they need some money, now they want to be famous, so now, oh, I want to jump on the bandwagon. I could say, guess what, he slept with me, you know? But he didn't. But anyway, my thing is, once he got like really big with the Cosby Show, that would have been the time for him to do that, because now he is a big star. Now he does have all this money, but nobody reported him doing it then. So say what you want to, I don't believe it, believe what you want to. That's just my thing. But the thing that I'm talking about today, I have a guest here that's been HIV positive for 22 years. And I don't know if everybody's gotten tested for AIDS or anything. I've been tested. And my thing is, okay, I went to a clinic just to see, you know, sister wants to check now and then. And the lady comes out, after she does the test and everything, I come back the next day. She has a little clipboard in her hand, she's all somber. Salima Muhammad? And I'm looking up, yeah, it's me. Come with me. So I come with her, she puts me in the little room, I sit down, she goes out, I'm sitting there, oh my God, praying, you know. So she comes back, and she's looking somber. Well, Salima, the test came back, and you're negative. I wanted to jump up and kiss her ass, okay? But why didn't you tell me? You could have told me that in the waiting room. You could have came out like this, skipping. Guess what, Salima? You don't have it. You're good, you know? But she didn't do that. I think they do that on purpose, though, for real, because they have, for that minute or those 5 minutes, she has power because she knows I want to know. She knows I want to know as soon as possible. And she is playing with me and like, I'm going to hold her as long as I can. And I went back, she could have told me right there, I don't have to, you know, you don't have to worry about my patient confidentiality because now you've told me I don't have it, I'm good, you know? So she could have came out there and said, you don't have it. Because when I left her office, man, I was skipping, saying high fives and everything. I'm good. Maybe y'all not, but I'm good. Don't touch me too much. But anyway, so anyway, I have my guest here. Her name is Elliot, and she is her name is Elliot. And she has been HIV positive for almost 22 years now. And the thing is, of course, none of us want to have any kind of diseases. We don't want to have Ebola. We don't want to have anything. We don't want to have HIV. And HIV, we don't want to have cancer. But a lot of times, HIV, there's a stigma that goes along with that because everybody's thinking, I can catch it this way or catch it that way. Well, of course, I don't know everything about it. You know, talking to my guest, she's told me some things about it that I didn't know. And so I wanted her to share her story with you. First of all, she's beautiful. She's a chubby girl, you know, has her own hair. And the thing is, she doesn't look like she has anything. So anyway, I'm going to introduce you to my guest, Miss Elliot. And what's your full name, sweetie?
Elliot McNeil.
Elliot McNeil. Say hi to my people.
Hi, everyone.
And yes, I wanted for you to come here, as I told you, because, you know, for one, you're not ashamed, you know, and it's a stigma that goes along with that. And first of all, tell me a little bit about yourself. Where did you grow up at?
I grew up in Southwest Philadelphia.
Okay, so you're a Philadelphia native. All right,
Yes.
me too. Okay.
Yes.
And so when you were when you first found out that you had HIV, what was it like for you? What was that like for you, knowing that? Because like I said, I'm in that little room and I'm like praying that she tells me what I want to hear. So when you were told that,
I was trying to go in the Army Reserves to alleviate my student loans from college.
okay,
And so I did very well on the ASVAB. And they told me I pretty much could go to basic training and then officer candidate school.
okay,
Well, that didn't happen because the doctor at the MEP station right at 14th and Broad and Cherry,
okay.
they said, you're HIV positive. Threw a pack of papers at me, said, here, pick a doctor, go see one.
Wow, just like that.
Yes.
And how old were you?
23.
You were 23. Now, how do you think? Of course, you know, or not, of course, though. But how do you think that you contracted the disease?
Through intimacy with men.
Okay.
I was very friendly, so.
You were very friendly. I like that. And we've all been very friendly at times. So, but so did you have any idea where you got it from?
No, I had to go back and call everyone.
And you did.
Yes.
So you did remember?
Pretty much everybody, yes.
Okay. And how did they feel about it?
They were like, what?
Okay.
So.
Now,
yeah.
do you know if any of them had it?
No, everybody said they went and got tested and they came back negative.
Oh, okay. So you did keep in contact with them.
Well, after they got tested, but I haven't kept in contact with them over the last 22 years, but
Okay.
yes.
So tell me, you know, how old are you? You're 45? Your
I just
birthday
turned
was
45
yesterday, right?
yesterday,
Happy
yes.
birthday. Wish I
Thank
known
you.
would have baked your cake. But then,
I don't need no cake.
or bought you one.
I don't need any cake.
No, but I like celebrating birthdays because I like birthday cake. But anyway, I digress. So when you found out you had there was kind of cold for them to tell you those things like that. But what was your first thought?
Oh, I thought I was going to die.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
what happened was I went to the door where the recruiting officer and the commanding officer were standing, and I brushed past them, and I ran down the end of the hall, and there happened to be a ladies' room in there. And the recruiting officer, she shoved me in the ladies' room. I said, I got it, I'm going to die. I was like emphatic, and she said, Elliot, you got to calm down. What's wrong? And I told her. Because at that time, I thought it was a gay white man disease.
Of course.
And I'm neither, so.
Right.
So she calmed me down, and I went home, and I cried like I never. Oh, I went back to my job, picked up my briefcase, and went home.
Okay. So what kind of work were you doing at the time?
I was doing settlement.
Okay.
I used to work for Core States.
Okay.
I used to work right at 7th and Spruce.
Okay. So you grabbed your briefcase and went home, and what did you do once you got home?
Cried like I never cried before,
Wow.
because I thought I was going to die.
Exactly.
And then I
So-
called my cousin when she got off of work, and she said, you ain't going nowhere.
Wow.
She said, God got you.
So at that time, were you still being friendly before you found out?
Yes.
Okay. So how did that change your behavior once you found out?
Well, when I first found out, I got angry, and I slept with 4 gentlemen
Okay.
without protection.
Okay.
Then I felt bad, and I told them, you need to go get your stuff checked.
So, and you know, honestly, I think that
Because
might
I
have
figured, I'm sorry.
that
I
might
figured-
have been somebody's the way somebody else will handle it. I got it, so now I don't care if you get it, you know?
Right.
So, you know,
Somebody
join
tried
the
to kill
party.
me, I'm going to try and kill you.
Exactly. So, you told them?
After the fact.
Okay. After
And they
you
looked
said-
at me like I was crazy, but they
No-
went
and
and got
none of,
tested.
them, none of them try to beat you up or nothing?
No, thank God. But
Wow. So after that, I want to know, where did you get to this stage? 'Cause you were saying at one time that you did lose a lot of weight?
yes, I had wasting syndrome back in 2000, 2001.
Explain that to me.
Wasting
syndrome?
a lot of people don't waste away anymore.
Okay.
The Kaposi sarcoma, which is a skin cancer, and the wasting syndrome, they're not as common nowadays as they were in the earlier days of HIV/AIDS.
Okay.
But wasting syndrome is when you lose all your body muscle.
And see, that's what we see. That's what we have in our mind, that once you get this disease, you're going to be all skinny and, you know, looking all pitiful and stuff. But you didn't. But obviously, there are different forms of it.
Yeah, I wasted away to 132 pounds.
Okay. So you were very thin.
Very, very thin.
Okay.
No booty, no boobs.
So what happened? All right. So you had that. Obviously, you don't have it now, Elliot.
No.
Okay, so what I'm trying to say is, you had one form, so did that form turn into something else?
No, I had wasting syndrome. I had pneumocystis carinii pneumonia 6 times.
Okay.
I also had microavian bacteria twice, which that's one of the disorders when you get the first time you're supposed to die from that.
Okay. Which one are you supposed to die from first?
Well, you can die from pneumocystis carinii pneumonia, but microavian bacteria, they pretty much are counting you out, and I had it twice.
Okay, now those are only associated with HIV?
Yes, they are some of the opportunistic infections.
Okay, so now the first kind, the wasting away thing.
That's an opportunistic
Okay.
infection also.
Okay, so what I'm trying to say, so you don't have that anymore, or you do
No.
have that?
No,
Okay, so some form
they
of your
gave me Ensure.
okay, so some form of your wasting away part, was that part cured or something?
Yes, that's
So you're
gone.
saying that some parts of HIV can be cured?
Yes, the pneumonia can be cured, the microavian bacteria can be cured, and the wasting away syndrome, obviously, looking at me, it can be cured.
So when people, because I had a neighbor that had it, and he got really, really skinny. He had bumps all on his face, and then one day he's dropped dead, you know. But so I guess anybody can have that wasting away syndrome. Now, does everybody, when everybody first gets it, from your knowledge, does everybody go through that wasting away period?
No,
Okay.
depends on who you are, and then you have to remember as a child, I was born addicted to heroin. So I started out with not 100% immunity from the door.
Oh, okay.
So everyone,
okay.
HIV treats everyone individually.
Okay. So
So it's a case-by-case basis.
okay, so you were addicted to heroin when you were born.
Yes.
So your immunity system was already compromised.
Right,
Oh, okay.
because I had every child disease twice.
So now my thing is like, how obviously you went through the stigma of having HIV. Were you always like this? Were you always this positive, or did you go through a period where you were ashamed or afraid to tell anybody that you had it?
I actually didn't go through too much stigma,
Okay.
but I went through a period where I didn't say anything to anyone,
Okay.
and it kind of made me depressed, so I had to get it off my chest.
Okay. So did you go to any counselor or anything like that?
Yes, I put myself in therapy when I was 17, so
Okay.
because I had something else happen when I was 15. I had to hold on to that for 2 years.
What happened? So you can't say that and then not follow up. So if you don't want me to ask you, you can't tell me that. So what happened when you were 15?
My sister tried to make me gay.
Trying to make you gay.
Yes, because she was experimenting with women and she wanted me to do that, and I was like, no, I'm screwing boys. I'm sure I like that. So
And so you know what? Honestly, when I met you, I thought you were. I ain't gonna lie.
tomboyish.
Yeah, and I mean after talking to you, I found I was like, dang, she want me. I ain't like that. I'm strictly, whatever.
So
But
am I.
anyway,
Very much so.
but yeah, so that was a hard experience for you.
Very hard.
Okay.
And then I went to my grandmother, and I couldn't tell her what happened because it's my sister, and I was like, oh, Lord. And so my grandma said, oh, you crazy? And I was like, no, I'm not crazy. I just need to talk to someone.
So your sister actually molested you?
No, she touched my breast.
Okay.
So
Well, that's still molesting because she's touching you. She didn't.
I was fully clothed, though.
Okay. So like now it's not a big thing. So why was it so devastating for you?
What?
I mean, because now you said, well, she just touched my breast and I had my clothes on, but so it doesn't seem as
That was 30 years ago.
Okay, so you're just not holding on to it, but
No.
at that time it was devastating to you.
Yes, I was
Okay.
15. I was
No,
still
see,
wet
you keep
behind.
saying that like I
but
should know.
I was wet behind the ears then.
Okay.
I'm
'Cause
not
see,
wet behind the
I
ears.
don't know. That's what I'm asking you.
That's
but
fine.
if you're coming here saying, well, that was, I had my clothes on. So I'm like, so why are you sitting here like it's so, okay, it was 30 years ago, but I don't know what happened 30 years ago.
Right.
So that's like, you're saying is that devastating, I don't see it now,
Right.
So, okay, so you've been molested, then 2 years later you told somebody about it.
I went to therapy.
Okay.
I got accepted to St. Joe's University.
Okay,
And God really knows how to do it. They put me in a career and counseling center for my work study job.
really?
And I asked the secretary, I said, do we get to go to therapy because we work here? She said, yes, that's one of your benefits as a student. She said, why? You want to speak to somebody? I said, yes.
Okay, now you said that you were friendly, very, very, very promiscuous when you were a teenager.
Yes.
Why, do you think?
Curiosity.
And you're probably, you're pretty now, but you were probably like really,
I was buck-toothed then. I had braces.
okay, you had braces. But what I'm trying to say is like a lot of guys were probably attracted to you.
Yes.
So you just went with a lot of different guys.
Yes.
Okay, and that continued until you were in your 20s and you found that you had HIV.
Yeah.
Now you were saying that you have HIV, but you don't have AIDS.
Well, it depends.
Or okay, not you, because you told me some things. But a person can have HIV, the virus, but not have AIDS.
Right. Like
Okay.
Magic Johnson.
Explain that to me, please.
A person. What happens is if you contract HIV, that means you have 200 or more T cells.
Okay.
Now, if you do like I did and got ill and I fell below 200 T cells, that's when you're considered AIDS defined.
Okay. So you went below the T cells, and so they were saying.
I've been at 0 twice.
So you have AIDS.
I'm technically considered to be AIDS defined because I have AIDS. Once you get AIDS, you always have AIDS.
Okay.
But yesterday I found out my T cell count is 903. So I'm still very healthy. At this point.
So you're still considered that have AIDS or you're HIV. I'm still.
Technically, they consider me as AIDS defined,
Okay.
but they write it on the chart as HIV positive
Okay.
because
So
of my T cell count.
So do you date now? I mean, of course you still like men. So tell me about that.
I have dated, yes.
Okay. Now, when you first meet a guy, of course you're attracted to him. He's attracted to you. At what point do you decide to tell him?
I tell them in the beginning
Okay.
because I have this thing. I don't know what it is about me. I think I have bedroom eyes or something.
So guys are still attracted to you, obviously.
And it don't matter what race they are, where they from.
Okay.
I just dated a guy from Egypt. First thing he want to do is jump in the bed. I'm like, pump the brakes. I'm like,
And that's
you
good
don't
for him,
even
though.
know me.
That's what he gets. You know, I'm serious. So when you told him, what was his reaction?
I didn't tell him.
Oh, you didn't tell him?
No.
Because you weren't interested in him?
No, he tasted funny.
So if you're interested in somebody, then you tell them right away.
Right.
So you wouldn't sleep with somebody and then tell them, oh, by the way.
No.
Okay. So with him, you weren't interested, so you didn't think you had to disclose that to him. Okay. You should have, though. You really should have, because he's trying to sleep with you, and that would have been really good for his butt. You know, guess what? You know, that would have been good. Now, when you tell guys that you have that, what is their reaction?
It varies. I had one gentleman walk out on me.
Okay.
But to this day, we're cool.
Okay.
He just told me later that he couldn't handle it.
Yeah, I was going to say, but do you understand that?
Yes. My feelings were a little hurt, but it was better. I told him on the front end than on the back end.
Right, right. So now, have some guys stayed?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me about that. Like you told them that you were HIV positive, and then what was the conversation like after that?
Well, most of them say I appreciate your honesty.
Okay. I would, yeah, because I think that some people probably wouldn't have.
And then some men still want a free ball.
Now, free ball.
Sex without protection.
It's called, see, because I'm corny, I don't know all these terms and stuff.
I originated that term back in 1993 over on Fifth and Market.
Okay, so it's
92,
so it's free ball.
Sex without protection, yes.
So wait a minute, so some of the guys that they know that you're HIV positive.
They still want to have sex without protection.
They still want to have sex without protection. Do you do that?
No.
Why?
Because even though I'm on my medication, there's still a slim chance up to 1% that I can transmit it. So I don't want to be responsible for that.
Wow. Wow. Do you think that you've ever infected anybody?
Probably.
That you know? I mean, that you know of?
Probably.
Okay. How was their reaction once they found out? Did they blame you? Were they angry with you?
Oh, nobody ever came back with a positive test.
Oh, so you don't know for sure?
Right.
If somebody got... Now, I mean, because I'm just telling you things that I hear, that if you already have it and somebody else has it, a different strain he can give you...
You can become HIV squared.
Now, what is that?
2 strains of HIV, which means that you can't take the medicines that you can't take and the medicines that they can't take. So it becomes harder to treat you, yes.
Wow. So you would even be fearful for your life, screwing somebody without protection. So it's not
whether
only
they're positive
them.
or negative.
Right. So it's not only them that you're protecting, you're actually protecting yourself also.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
So how do you stay so positive, Elliot? And what? And this name, come on.
I was named after my father, the white man. I just showed up after 7 months. You got to talk to Patricia and Elliot about that. That's my parents.
Wait a minute. So your parents just named you Elliot.
After my father.
Okay.
The white guy I never met.
Okay. Now that's a whole different show. We got to bring it back on for that. But okay.
Because if you can find him, let me know. I'd like to meet him.
So, but your mother named you Elliot after him.
Yes.
Okay. How was it? I mean, that name. How was it growing up with that name? Did you? I mean, like people were shocked.
Well, my grandmother raised me, so she changed my name around. She put me in school as Lisa E. McNeil.
Okay, yeah, 'cause when I met you, you told me your name was Lisa.
Right,
Okay.
which is my middle name.
Okay.
So when I went on Facebook, my nephew put me on there as Elliot McNeil.
Okay.
So my friends from high school were like, "You changed your name?" I said, "No, my grandmother changed my name when I was 4.5 and went to kindergarten."
Okay.
She didn't want me to be ostracized because
Oh,
I was
wow.
little and 40 pounds and light skin with nice hair. Yeah, they would have beat me.
Oh yeah, sure. That alone, but then have the name Elliot too, you're getting beat up.
Right.
Okay.
So I used Elliot at the doctor's offices, and then Lisa in school. So I was Lisa. I used Lisa until I was 20 when I went for internships in college. Because Elliot McNeil, St. Joe's University, you're looking for a white boy.
Yeah, of course. You know, then you show up. It's
And they're like, "Well, what?" And I've been asked, what race are you? So
Okay. Now, so where do you go from here? All right. I want you to tell people, how do you still look at like this? And this is so important because, like I said, when people know that somebody has HIV or AIDS, you get a picture of your mind, somebody skinny and all shaking and about to fall over dead. But we look at you, you're healthy. How are you still? Your skin is beautiful, your hair is beautiful.
thank you.
Do you attribute that to anything, to the medicine or?
The medicine, I get my rest. I eat pretty well.
Okay.
I love food.
Me too, sis. I got you
Because
there.
I don't smoke or drink, so.
Okay. So food, yeah, I
And
got
I travel, I do a lot of things. And I'm in church.
you. Okay.
I'm in school to be a minister as well. I have 2 more years to go.
Really?
Yes.
Now, do people at the church know?
Yes.
Okay, you're very open. Were you always like this?
Not for the first 2 years.
Okay.
Because I was so angry. I was depressed about it about the first 2
I
years.
can imagine.
And then I moved to Delaware. I found out in February 93. I moved to Delaware in May 93.
Okay. And that's what you're still in Delaware
Yes.
now.
I'm not coming back to Philadelphia.
I feel you. I just left Delaware. I like Philly, but anyway.
I like to visit. I'm going home in a few minutes. No.
But so you, do you counsel people? Do you actually
Yes,
talk
I
to
just
people?
got certified to counsel people in Delaware County, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
And I've been certified as a counselor in Chester and Delaware for 10 years.
Because I would see you as a counselor. I would see you telling people, hey, you have this, but it's not a death sentence. Because
Right.
people think it's a death sentence. That lady that came in that little room and told me I had it, I didn't jump in the school kill, for real. I'm so serious, I'm not this strong. But anyway, I didn't have it, so y'all ain't getting none. But anyway, but we have to be so conscious of that because you see these strong bodybuilder men and they're sleeping with other men, so you have to be really conscious of that. You have to be conscious of that, and people just have to realize that.
And the thing about women, is particularly African-American women, a lot of African-American men are double dipping. So they're sleeping with men and women.
That's what I'm saying, exactly.
But they
Yeah.
also have the female condom. You can wear that 8 hours in advance.
Where you get them from? No,
Any
because I've heard from
drugstore.
Okay, just so my viewers can know.
Any drugstore or
Okay.
Planned Parenthoods or anywhere where they test for HIV, they'll give you female condoms.
Now, see, let me ask you about that, because I've heard of them, but I've never seen them or anything like that. When you use a female condom, does a man feel it? Can he feel that you're using that it's, inside
It's a
of
little
you?
more freeing
I
for
guess
the man.
depending on his size, too.
Right,
Some of
depends
y'all
on his size.
wouldn't bother you.
Right.
But-
It depends on his size, and it depends on the size of you also.
Okay.
Because it's like a tube thing. Because they were originally made for anal sex for gay men.
Really?
Yes.
See, you're teaching me a lot. I'm gonna get one and look at it, just to look at it, because I'm
But for
celibate
women,
now,
they
I'm
come
good.
with 2 rings, and the 1 ring you put inside your uterus.
Oh, wow.
So it stays in place.
Okay, great. Well, you know what? Our time is almost up, and it's so much that I still have to ask you. Maybe I'll have you back on, but
That's fine.
this is so interesting. I mean, yeah, it's so many other things because like I said, when I look at you, you don't fit the picture. So that's why I want you on. I want for people to see you, because not everybody is going to be as honest as you. There are a lot of people that are not. So people, listen to Elliot. You have to understand that anybody can get this disease. It's not just a gay disease. It's not just a white disease. It's a people disease.
Yes.
And with women, a lot of times you meet a fine man, he looking all good and everything. He might have it. He doesn't have to show it because maybe he's on his meds or whatever. And it's a shame because some people know they have it. And unlike Elliot, which I appreciate her for that, they won't tell you. They'll go ahead and spread the disease. So you have to watch yourself. And I love you, so watch out for yourself. So anyway, remember, love yourself, love others. don't forget to stretch.